not the last, but close to the last, because I thought I was done with them at that time and didn't hear from them for an entire year.
Until
Yeah, I know where this is going. Until I'm
so
sitting there watching
yeah,
TV and going, why are they using my last name within this storyline? Like I just,
right,
it was so bizarre to me. Hey,
right.
I'm like, why, Katie Vick? Why would they use my name, my real name, on this character? I just thought it was strange. I didn't reach out to anybody. I didn't call anybody. I didn't do anything. I was just like, I just thought it was weird,
Did you think
and
it
I
was a
just went about
coincidence?
doing my, huh?
Did you think it was just a coincidence, though?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't think that it was going to have anything to do with me, but I just thought
Okay,
it was strange. Like, really,
okay,
of all the names, and being that I
sure,
had been there
right.
for for the, because I can't remember what year Katie Vick was, but I mean, I was with them for 3 years or so. Well, yeah, on and off. I think solid two, three, and then just on and off. And like I said, hadn't heard anything from no response in a year. But then I'm seeing this on TV. I'm like, it's just awfully weird.
Right.
And
Do you have a contract right now with them
no,
at this time?
uh,
You don't. Okay.
no, no.
So they're using your name. You don't have a contract, and you haven't been in contact for a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. Weird. Okay. Phone rings.
Phone rings. Same thing, kind of like the Lance Ringo. I'm at Pizza Hut because I'm like, I've been so just, I was at that point where I'd been, I'd worked out and stayed in shape all my life. I mean, since I was 14, 13 years
Right.
old. And I was like, I had a business that I had started and other things that I was going into. So I was just focused on that. And I wasn't really, I was like, I was just tired of working out. I'm like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to become a large mammal. I'm just going to enjoy stuff and not worry about
Right.
anything. And that's pretty much what I did. And I didn't get crazy, but I mean, I was probably 15 pounds over my weight of what I'd wrestle at, maybe 20, and hadn't been in a ring. And Sunday night, I'm sitting there and I'm seeing that Howard Finkel's name shows up on my phone, and he asked if I can come to Toronto for Monday, and I'm like, yes, sure. So I'm thinking, I, now the Katie Vick thing's starting to really spin a little more, but I'm still
Right.
thinking maybe this is slot because I had kind of heard through different different avenues that maybe a Flott thing because Ray was there, Kidman was there, Saturn was there, and
Saturn. Yeah.
there had been some rumblings about wanting to do that again, which I never understood why they didn't do more with that on both. I mean, especially WCW, but I think that could have been something still good there in WWF. But I'm thinking, honestly, that's kind of where my thought process is more so than the Katie Vick thing, really.
Right.
And I get there and I find Rave and I'm like, everybody's like, hey, yeah, I haven't seen, you're doing all that. I haven't seen everybody in a long time. And I said, yeah, I don't, what are they bringing in? What's up? And I said, I don't know. I said, obviously everybody's kind of heard talks of Flock stuff. And of course that sends Rave into now investigative mode and going to go scope it out. And he comes back to me and he's like, no, man, that's not the word. I don't think that's it. So it was probably a couple hours after being there before they came up to me and told me about what their idea was for my involvement with the Katie Vick, that was my sister, supposed to be my sister. Um,
Shouldn't they tell you this when before they even start the gimmick, so you can get
you would
ready and
think
in shape and prepared and
you would
wow.
think, yeah, you would think. And I was like, okay, so I went and shot a vignette, or not a vignette, I like just a promo about that whole storyline and my involvement. And I mean, what they were telling me was um, I was gonna run down, and I can't remember what pay per view it was, but I was gonna run down and interfere in the Hunter Kane match. And I think at the time it was going to be interfering on with doing something with Kane because obviously the whole setup was the
Right.
the 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 promo that I shot, the interview that I shot, was about how my sister was his only friend in high school, and she was the only one that was the friend of the monster, and yet he turned on her, and she died in this bizarre, weird accident. And the real question was, did he take advantage of her while she was alive or dead? That was the verbiage
Wow.
they gave me to put over in that. And so I had no other real specifics on the match or anything like that. It was just like, hey, so we're going to do, and we'll bring you back to the, we'll come to the next night, Raw, and did that. And then I want to say like maybe a week later is when they told me that I didn't do anything at all at that Raw the following week. That they said, hey, this gimmick's dead. I think I'm just must be the gimmick killer.
Scott, you've had a lot
I
of
think I
bad
need to
timing.
start. I think I need to start running, like selling T-shirts and stuff as the gimmick killer.
I think this might be my last podcast ever with you on it because everything you touch just stops. What the hell?
Yeah, it might be bad luck for you, man.
But I mean, why wouldn't they? Hey, in 3 months from now, we want you to be. If I said, Scott, you're going to get a push in the WWE in 3 months from now, wouldn't you come? You'd come in the best
Oh,
shape of your
I'd have been
life.
in tip top. I would have been in
Yeah.
tip top shape. Like I said, I was only 15, 20 pounds over. I mean, and and able to go. Now, the thing with that, and this is one thing that's always just really stuck in my golf for quite a while, was just hearing like people's versions of that Katie Vick. Like I saw an
Right.
interview with Bruce Pritchard saying like, oh yeah, the Katie Vick, we want to do that, and we're going to debut Scott Vick that way. But he came in and had a dark match, and he didn't look good, and Vince didn't think he could carry it from there.
Well, they did give you
And
12 hours notice, Scott.
yeah, well, there's that, and but there's
What the
that.
fuck? That's
But
crazy.
but honestly, with that, I'm like that I wasn't the cause of the end of that. I didn't. I'm not the one that killed that spot. I could have even gotten in shape, which I'd already started doing. I mean, I'm like, okay, they're telling me this. You know, I already was back in the ring. Getting in shape. And my thing is, I just think they look like I feel like I was used as a scapegoat on that, where the
Right.
storyline was just bad. Like it ended
Yeah.
because it was horrible. It was the worst
Yeah.
in wrestling history, I think.
Yeah.
And they were just catching a lot of fire for it in a bad way. And that died. And then what really struck me, where again I was like another big blow, I saw an interview with Tommy Dreamer, who had been on creative at the time or had something to do with that writing process. And he had said, yeah, they wanted to debut, Scott Vick with the Katie Vick, and it was going to culminate in a match with Hunter at WrestleMania. I'm reading this. I'm reading his interview, and my jaw drops.
Hunter, WrestleMania.
Yes, I couldn't tell you who the interview was with. Um, I think he did a podcast on it and it was like an interview. He had said that, and I'm going, okay, that's that. Now you're jumping into a whole nother atmosphere now. And I'm
Right.
like, that was never said to me. It was never told. And they said he said in the interview, he goes, yeah, they Vince was like, well, that's how we can debut Scott Vick. Bring him in. It's the sister. Do this. And he said Johnny Ace looked at Vince and said, he's not with the company. Like Vince didn't even know I wasn't there.
Wow. That's an incredible story.
Yeah.
Oof.
And yeah, so and I'm like, I'm reading that. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, no heads up. No, hey, smarten the guy up just a little bit. If you're, maybe they thought of it last minute because some of that stuff, they did that, and
Right.
a lot of things were done on the fly.
Right.
Um, and I don't know where the lack of communication was at, who did
Wow.
what or didn't do what, but somebody, you know, didn't have it there. And yeah, so it was just that was big time disappointing.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's life changing. You know,
Oh, huge.
oh, man. that sucks. You've had I'm sorry, Scott. You've had a lot of bad timing, and not none of it seems like it's your fault. So I'm sorry to hear that.
No, so I mean, it could have been obviously, but I'm not trying to put blame on anything. I'm just like, I think it was just, a lot of guys like right time, right place for whatever reason. And I don't know
Right.
if it was just not meant for me, and my path was supposed to be different, but um, I just never seemed to work out.
You want to plug anything? If promoters want to reach you, if anyone wants to get in touch with you?
Right now, it's Facebook. Scott Vick, actually, I don't. It's not Sick Boy. It's Scott Vick on Facebook, and then Instagram is Scott Sick Boy Vick on Instagram.